some Uri. In with the Cold starts with a boat suddenly encapped with an iceberg, with the militia seeming to be on guard duty. And golly do they tell the funniest jokes.
Looks like we're on guard duty, boys. Stay frosty.
After taking them out, you/Batman head inside to find out that the militia has taken Nora, and Captain Popsicles isn't very happy. Right after you've realized you've been tricked and they're keeping Nora on a rooftop, which is a very dumb idea. Because of this, Batman/you take them out after failing multiple times. I'll get to that. You see that due to the chamber failing, Nora awakens after a long nap time. Alright, let's wrap this up, okay? Nora and Freeze touch fingers for a little bit, and for the love of God, I can't drive! It ends with a big tank fight until the Big V detonates a cryo thingy, I still don't know the name of it and I will not pronounce it, that takes them all out, except for the people convenient of course, and accepting the inevitable, with a happy ending. And with that, the perfect thing happens. Wait, where's my son of a bitch? Well, everybody got a happy ending but me. Story. Now, the story for the side quest is nothing less than a classic, and should be remembered every time a Mr.Freeze story is made. Yes, it's that good. First, let's start off with one problem/not problem I have with this story. Where's Slade and the Arkham Knight during all this? Who's ordering the men around? The League Commander at the time? Where is he? Is he just some guy off the street? Then I realized, that's not the point. If Deathstroke and or the Arkham Knight were in this story, it would take away from the purpose of it. This story is about Mr. Freeze, not the militia, not Batman, and certainly not the Arkham Knight, or Deathstroke. You see, there's a difference between checkpoints and watchtowers, which is a story about Batman/you against the militia, versus Mr. Freeze's story. So while yes, it doesn't make much sense from the standpoint of who's running the militia, that's not the story's point. They're just an obstacle, a force of nature, if you will. Now, on with the other stuff. I love how Mr. Freeze gets worried over Nora, either to the point where he'll be really loud or really quiet. It's such a nice human touch, and it works perfectly with this story's tone. Now, to be honest, from memory, I thought Nora waking up would be a cheap trick, or mishandled, but I was sorely wrong. The performances are incredible, the dialogue is fantastic, and you can see the look in her eye when she says,
"I'm nearly there. The next round of therapy."
Don't you see? I don't want saving. Not anymore.
saying she didn't know what would happen to him, and now that she knows, she doesn't want him to live like this, not anymore, and her as well. I also love the hesitation before he uses the cryo thingy. These few lines tell you everything about the story.
I won't let you destroy yourself anymore. I wish I could have told you sooner.
I don't want you to die, Nora.
Then let me live.
I don't even need to explain why that's perfect. And I haven't even got to the part about talking about the excellent camera shots and music and how fantastically they're used. Overall, amazing and simple story with a phenomenal execution. Ghibli. Now the gameplay in the side quest is balanced really well across the board. One tank, one drive section, one combat, and 2 stealth sections. Let's go over the stealth section first, shall we? Unlike the first stealth section, which is actually fun and well designed due to open spaces, lots of angles, and multiple places to attack from, etc., the second stealth section has none of this. As I'm writing this script, I have no idea how to even start, because there's so many damn problems with this one bit of level design. I guess we can start off with the snipers. So, as common in the Arkham series, there's snipers in higher areas of the stealth sections, which, if done well, can be great, but of course, this isn't one of those times. You see, they're not just standing on a high area, they're standing on high platforms. Oh, that doesn't sound bad yet? Well, what if I tell you if you get spotted, you've got nowhere to go and you're basically stuck? What if I tell you you can only attack directly from behind? Because you can't grab them from under, they'll see you. What if I told you the only way you could grab them from the front was with a loud takedown? And good luck with that, because sometimes you'll just suddenly just kind of fall off. Oh boy, the snipers are the least of your problems. Let's talk about the lower area. So the general idea is two big areas with smaller areas in between the two. The problem isn't the general idea, which is actually pretty good. It's the way they overcomplicate it. So for some reason, they put the walls in the weirdest 2 points in the areas. While they're too open to corner an enemy by a silent takedown, but it's too narrow for any free room. Do you want to know what also sucks about this area? Think of it this way. It's your normal routine, grabbing bad guys from behind because you use distractions or they didn't notice or whatever. When all of a sudden you've grabbed an enemy, and then suddenly an enemy spots you, even though a second ago it was just clear. Do you know how you got spotted? It was from an enemy that came from the lower level. Only 1 or 2 guys tops are on that level, and they came up using the ladder. I shouldn't need to explain why having a lower level with only 2 guys and a ladder is stupid. Now these last problems are okay at best if there wasn't such a big flaw with this one section. The one area that connects the 2 other areas. Now, the biggest and best part of this section is the area that connects the 2. Why, you ask? Simple. This is where all the enemies filter through, and it gets for a nice juicy fear takedown. It could be from the top, or the ledge, or hell, from behind them. But of course somebody thought it'd be a good idea to have multiple objects in the way. So if you want to perform a fear takedown, good luck, because the highest I got was 2. Anyways, the driving section was too tight for my liking, or that's just my bad driving. Mostly because I drive like a woman. Nah, I'm worse. Even my sexist joke doesn't even make sense. But yeah, I like the tank section. Lots of open space to work with. So yeah, overall, every section was great in this side quest. I wanted them all in a challenge map. Except, of course, for the one that I hate. Even if the one was really bad, everything else was solid. I wish every side quest was like this. Or as good, even. How to make it better. Big surprise, I don't have much to say. Well, 1 or 2 things. First, the stealth section that I spent forever ranting about, just change it or make it better for God's sake. Second, give more time for Nora to sink in the new world a little bit. Have Batman point out new things for her. And slowly, but not too slow, understand the new world that she has just appeared in. But other than that, it's perfect. 9 out of 10. Spectacular. Now these last problems that I've mentioned can be okay at best. If there wasn't there, ugh. So for some reason they and walls. What if I tell you you can only attack from directly behind because you can't grab them from under, or they'll fuck. After taking them out, let's go over the stealth sections first. Unlike the first stealth section, which is actually fun and well designed, due to open spaces, lots of angles, and multiple places messed up. Saying she didn't know what would happen to them, and know that she doesn't want him to live. Saying she didn't know what would happen to him, and now that she does knows. She does knows. Right after you've realized you've been tricked, and they've been taken, Right after you've realized you've been tricked and have been keeping Nora, and fuck. After taking them out, you/Batman head inside to find out that the militia has taken Nora/Captain Popsicles nuts. In with the Cold starts on a boat with an iceberg. In with the Cold starts with a boat on an iceberg with the militia. Seems to be on guard duty. Jesus.